very, very strong for Devastator. And believe me, I think you want to stick around and watch this video. So let's get into it. I already signed in, and my character, you can see here, looking all cool and stuff. So let's just get into it. This build, I would like to call this build the Elemental Witch. The reason for this is because not only that you're a tank, but you could dish out some serious DPS with this build. And it's not like other builds that I've seen so far from other YouTubers during like the Magneto build or the Shoulder Charge build. And I'm not sure if anybody realized or put this build out there yet, because you know I'm not really on YouTube as much. I do watch YouTube, but not a lot. So what I'm gonna be doing is showing you this build, which I think is very strong and is probably gonna be the best build when it comes to endgame. Now keep in mind, I'm not in endgame yet. I don't have endgame gear. This is kind of like, I would say, mid game, right? Because I'm world tier 8. So just keep in mind, but this build is very strong and is very powerful so far, and I can't wait to get to end game to make this build the best that it can be. So moving forward, we're gonna get into this build right here. So my first piece is this helmet, and I'm not gonna name the gear because honestly these perks could go on any gear, right? So it's literally just RNG. So the first perk you want is Perseverance, which is Golem increase the skill duration by 100%. Now this is gonna allow your ultimate or your LB and RB to increase the duration of that skill, so that allows you to be in that tank mode for a while. And then the second perk is going to be Shield Zap. Really want the Shield Zap because listen, I'm telling you, this is going to be the main source of the build. If you don't understand, this is what you need for this build to work. So Shield Zap, right? This creates an electrical field around you, and it doesn't matter. It spawns. Sometimes the perk could go higher than that, right? When it comes to damage. So right now, this perk does 811 damage up to 2 enemies, 5 meter radius for 5 seconds. But it's very strong, and I'm hoping I get a new one. That way I could get that way I could get more damage out of this. But it is very strong, and that's what you're looking for this build. Moving on to the chest piece. You want this blood primer, and what it does is the reflect bullets now do bleed effect. It does bleed status, so that's very, very key to this build. It's strong, and you're gonna really want that if you want to dish out AoE damage and keep that damage going, right? Second perk, Perseverance Shield. So receiving 390 points of shield whenever your health drop below 30%. Now this is really, really key. This is super strong, and this is gonna allow you to survive like that onslaught of enemies coming onto you over and over. Especially in this game. This game, the enemies just rush you, and it's just annoying. You want them out of your face, and you want some type of protection when it comes to like handling those enemies. It's annoying. I get it. So moving on to the leg armor, you want auto reflect. Now this is gonna allow you to fight while the auto reflect, or while the reflection ability is active, so that way you don't hold it up. See, if you didn't have this, if you don't have that perk, usually what your character does is it holds it up. It holds a shield up to block, to stop bullets from hitting you, and you can send them back. But with this ability, you're able to fight. You're able to shoot and do whatever you want while the bullets are, going back towards them. That's gonna be really, really good. You want that. You want that perk, and it's gonna be a great perk. Moving on, you want reload shield. Again, key to this build. This is gonna allow you to get shield when you're reloading, so you constantly gonna keep getting that shield, right? Because what you want is you want to keep getting the shield zap. The shield zap is crazy good, and you want that active at all times. So you want this perk. Moving on to the gloves, I got Golem of Death. Now this is crazy. This is where it gets a little spicy, boys. It gets a little spicy. Alright, it gets a little spicy, people. Alright, so with this skill, it expands duration by 2 seconds for each enemy killed. Now this means that this right here, with the 100% duration, since my ultimate ability, I guess you could call it, takes longer to, like, you know, drain, I could keep it going by just killing enemies, because it bumps it up by 2 seconds more and more. So each time when you keep killing enemies, you're just gonna be in that form for a long time, for a very long time. Now for the second perk, that's really up to you. I'm looking something better. I can't change it out because I did change it out for Golem of Death, and so therefore I can't really you know, dish out the damage that I really want to deal, unless I have a gun with toxic on it, but I don't, unfortunately. But I'm looking for something to replace the second perk, so if I get a better epic, you know, that suits me better for this build, then that's pretty good, and I'll probably update the build you know, later on or in a future video. But other than that, it's really good. And what you want is Golem of Death. Second perk is whatever you want, whatever suits, whatever makes this build better, that's on you, but I'm still trying to look for that. So moving on to the boots, we got Bleeding Impulse. Now this is good for your Golem, for your ultimate ability, because basically, alright, what you want is what's gonna allow you to do is every single time you activate, when you're near somebody in 10-meter radius, inflicts bleed on them, and that's gonna be really good. It's just so good. It's so strong, and it's able to just take out the enemies. And this is gonna allow, and this counts as a kill. So that like I said, when you're getting kills over and over, the form in this duration, the Golem, is gonna increase. So you're gonna be in this form for a while. It's very strong. It's very strong. When it comes to the second perk, I don't know about this perk. It's really just a dodge. Phantom Dash just allows. It's like a reskin dodge. That's what my friend called it, a reskin dodge, and it's cool looking. You know, I don't really want that perk, because it really doesn't matter, because every single time when you dodge in this game, you still get hit, so I don't think it matters. I mean, I could show you the ability right here, right now. So that's it. That's all it does. It does look cool for like the elemental witch, you know, concept I'm going for, but it's really unnecessary. I wish I could change that, but I can't. Like I said, if I get a better piece of epic gear, I might put that on. Again, this is not end game gear. This is mid-tier gear. So if you want an update of this build future video, then you know, then that's what I would do. But make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and comment, and tell me what you think about this build, and are you going to, you know, make this build in, you know, of your own, or make a different kind of version of this build. You know, I would really like to see it. But other than that, let's move forward. We got the guns. Yes, this is the key source of this build. Now remember, all this is going towards that shield zap. You really want that shield up at all times, and you know, it's just gonna make you an elemental witch, right? That's what I call it. I say elemental witch because, you know, my character is a girl, but if you're a guy out there, your character is a guy, elemental wizard, whatever, right? So anyway, for the first gun, it really doesn't matter about the perks. What you really want is like for this build is shots regenerate shields. That's what you want. You always want that on a gun, because when it comes to this build, you're relying on that shield to be active at all times, at all times, and it's gonna be really good. It's gonna be crazy. So you really want that active at all times. So you really just want shots regenerate shield. Whatever the second perk is, whether it does like the second perk, it really doesn't matter. It's really your preference. Like you know, whether if you want burn on there. I only put burn on there because I was like, oh, elemental witch. You know, I got fire. I got, you know, lightning. Whatever I need, I got it, right? So I only put burn on there, but it's really whatever you want. I'm pretty sure there's better perks that you could slap on there, but unfortunately I can't change the perk. You can only change one perk, and so I went with Shield Maiden. And you know, usually with these type of guns, you really want an LMG. An LMG would be nice because you could keep the shield regeneration going. You know, because it builds up over time. Even though it says 1 second, that actually builds up over time, and you could keep it going, especially with the perks where with perseverance shield and let's see here, reloading shield, you could keep that shield up at all times. I'm telling you. Now for the second gun, you want well, I got a legendary. Obviously you see that it's called Thunderbird. It's a crazy gun. It's very powerful. You could get this perk on an epic weapon, but here's the thing: it's not gonna be a tier 3. It's not gonna be tier 3. It's just gonna be a tier 2. But it still works the same. It's still gonna work the same. It's not ultimate Stormwit. It's just gonna be called Stormwit. And what that does, it brings lightning down to your enemies. It's really good. It's really good, and that actually triggers the shield generation as well when it comes to shots. So if you keep that going on enemies, that's gonna be crazy. It does crazy damage. And like I said, for the second perk, I put shots regenerate shield, because this is what this build is. That's what you want to go for. In terms of class, you want to go anomaly. You know, you want to go anomaly power by 6. You know, just look at what my tree does, and you see what I'm doing here. Or you want endless tremor. That's really good because it's gonna basically, the cooldown is reduced by 15% for your you know, from your tremor perk, and it's really good. That's gonna create some AoE effect to your build. You want to increase your anomaly power by 6. That's going to be really crucial. Does big damage. Of course you want to pick that up. Then you want to get paladin, and this is going to allow you to increase the power by 45%, especially with that anomaly power, right? And it, like I said, it goes to reflect the bullets in your golem. So you want that. You want that because you want anything that affects those skills. Next, you want resistance piercings by 15. It's really good. You want that. Don't go for. You could go for this perk unless you're using these skills. But if not, just go this route. And then you want to pick up another anomaly power by 6. You want to pick up endless tremors again. This is gonna reduce that cooldown by 15% for that tremor skill, and it's really good, and I recommend you pick it up. Next, you want to get increased bleed duration by 30%. That's gonna be good. It's gonna allow you to keep that bleed on enemies at all times. Next, you want to increase your anomaly power by 6%. It's again more power. Next, you want to increase bleed duration by 30%. Again, you want that bleed at all times. You want to keep that going, right? Next, you want to increase damage by 20% against enemies below 30% of health. That way you could just instantly kill them, get out of their face. You know, you do 20%, I mean 30%. Sorry, I'm reading that wrong. 20% more damage below enemies below 30% health. So that's always a good thing. Next, you want to increase anomaly power by 6, and then In the future, I'll tell you. Actually, I could tell you now. You want to drop down, get this, and this, and go over here, and then go over here, get this, this, and then this over here, lead into this. I would get this, but you only get 20%. Not 20%, 20 skill points or class points, you call them. And honestly, that's really if you want to just like take this and like just go and put that in, but it really doesn't matter. It's really how you want to build. But this is just crucial to like the bleed when it comes to reflect bullets, and you know that just complements the build, right? Anyway, the skills, like I said, you want these skills. You want reflective bullets. That's gonna allow you to send those bullets back. And now, since we have bleed on them, it's gonna affect. They're gonna be put on bleed. So it's really good. Golem, of course, this is what you want. Obviously, because 65% of the incoming damage for 16 seconds. That's insane. And then you want Tremor. It's really good. You absorb health and you deal 289 damage, and that's AoE. And this build is based off AoE, right? So with Golem, and keep in mind that 65% is a lot, especially since I have this auto reflect where it negates 50% of the damage as well. So you know you're gonna be tanky. Again, this is not my end game build. This is just mid tier. So if I die during this video of like during an encounter, that's really just because like I'm in this world tier is 8, and these enemies do hit hard, and they don't miss. They literally have aimbot. So keep aware. This build is good, but you know enemies do hit hard. So just saying. Anyway, moving forward, we could showcase the build and get this party started. We're gonna move forward here. Let's prepare the truck. It's time to go. It's time to go to and you know, just in case, I'm not gonna spoil any of the story if you're not far, so I'm gonna just start skipping ahead. Just skipping the story. It doesn't matter to me. I don't really care for the story. And anyway, I play with my friends. Unfortunately, they're not on, of course, but you know, I'm kind of ahead of my friends a little bit, so I have to go back and help them. So eventually, I'll just watch the cutscene with them. But other than that, I'm gonna just skip to avoid spoilers for people who want to see this build in action. So keep that in mind. Yeah, but this build is really strong. I call this Elemental Witch. Or you could say Elemental Wizard if you're a guy. It really doesn't matter. But it's really strong. Honestly, to be honest, I might get a gun to change the burn to ice, I think, or slow, because that actually will be way better to slow enemies down. I think it would just be better that way, or freeze them. I think that would be a nice touch to the build. But I can't wait until I get legendary endgame gear to actually make this build better. Like just straight up over the top.
We'll have to report this to
So let's skip here. Skip here. Let's go ahead, fill up on ammo because we don't know.
There is a monument in these ruins that stands above the forest. Follow the trail.
Forward.
You will see it through the canopy. It was in these ruins I found August. After Skurlock found out, Kang had fighters stationed here, hoping he'd catch more natives.
Alright, we got some
His
enemies
people
here.
may still be lurking here.
Alright.
Right now, I'd bet Kang's more interested
Let's
in
go like
finding
this. As you can see, I'm doing a lot of damage. I'm like literally like one-shotting these guys. And this actually works with playing with friends as well, because even though the enemies are slowed up and you have friends with you, it works pretty well. It does the job. It does the job. It does the damage. So do a lot of damage. Got that shield active. You can see that it does a lot of damage. That AoE going. Just shredding here. No worries. That timer active. That active. Look at that. Oh, we can't go over that. So not only that I'm putting people on bleed, but I'm hitting them with status effects and, you know, all kinds of stuff. And especially when I'm in that golem form, my golem form also does bleed damage as well.
August?
So when I'm close to them like
this
that,
is where you found him,
they don't know
maybe
what
he'll
to
turn
do.
up around
And
here
this
again.
build is just a
Well, if he can
monster.
turn invisible,
A
it may not be
monster,
so
I'm
easy
telling
to
you.
spot him.
If August wants
It's
to
really,
be found,
really,
August
really
will
good.
find us. It took a long time for August to trust me. But after what
I don't
Skurlock
think I'm
did,
gonna do.
I could not say what August might be thinking anymore.
Let's just continue.
That name, August. Where does it come from anyway?
It is closest to how the name sounds in August.
Yeah, let's just continue. Let's just continue. I was gonna pick up those side quests, but I was like, it really doesn't matter if I pick them up, because literally, actually, I'll pick up this one.
Count me in.
It really doesn't matter if I pick these up because I gotta play with my friends anyway, and I'm probably gonna be right back on this spot. But anyway, moving forward. But yeah, as you can see, the build is just fantastic. And this is not like endgame. Look at that shield again. Like this. Yeah, we gotta be careful. We died right there. Like again, like I said, it doesn't matter if I die, but the build does work.
What do you know about these ruins, Tiago?
It's just that I got overwhelmed. Sometimes you do gotta take cover. Like sometimes you do. Enemies do hit hard. No matter how much you shred or whatever they do, they will end your life. But
my questions are not understood, or August is avoiding them.
Alright, well, like I said, man, like I said, it's just, it's all about, like, just enemies. Let me just go ahead and restart. I need to play a little bit more careful here. A little bit more careful. Oh, this is an actual mini boss. I didn't know that. And that's why I'm taking that much damage. Wow. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna just stop right here because honestly, like, I might have to bump up my gear score, but I'm gonna stop right here. But you guys get the build. You guys get what I'm going for. You know, it obviously did really good damage. Showcasing it in the other. But yeah, this is the build, and this is gonna be crazy endgame. I really wanna make this build as best as I can. Right now that boss is just doing too much damage with that fire. You know what? We could try one more time. We could try one more time. If we die here, then I'm gonna just end the video. But other than that, we could just try one more time. So, get it going. Let's. To kill all the little guys first. Good. Look at that bleed damage going to work. That's another mini boss. This game just showers you with enemies. But look, this looks like we're doing better so far. Too many bosses, which is really bad. Oh, and he's on fire. Oh. I die here. Bosses. Sometimes you gotta do a tactical retreat. This fire some more. Tactical retreat, boys. Tactical retreat. This fire is no joke. That fire was shredding. The gate was damaged. We got the first boss. Let's go. Oh no, no. Oh, dude. Yeah, that's gonna be hard to fight. This game can be hard to fight, so I might. This build again, it's not end game. It's really just mid game. I wish I really could optimize this build the way I want to, but as you can see, it does the job. You just have to retreat a little bit because these enemies do hit hard. But if you like what you saw with this build, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment what you think of the build. I know I died a few times, but you know, that's just because these enemies have crazy damage and I am on a high world tier. So, you know, they're kind of like scaled, they're a little bit too high of my level. They're not really on the same par, but you see I'm doing a lot of damage to them still. And it's I could easily like clear mobs and all that stuff. But if you like what you saw, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel. We're an upcoming channel. You know, we're really new to YouTube. So if you really wanna like just show your support, please subscribe to the channel. It won't hurt, you know. And if you want future videos like this where I showcase other builds or other classes that you could try from, then hey, you know what to do. Hit that like button. Alright, with that being said, I'm out. Peace.